Hello everyone, today's lesson is lesson 72, measuring and drawing line segments to the nearest half inch. So this is a number line, and it looks kind of like a ruler. So is it exactly the same as your ruler? No, it's a little bit bigger, it's stretched out a little farther. Okay, so let's pretend that this is a 12-inch ruler. If I want to put half-inch marks on this ruler, I would put them in between each of the whole numbers. So right in between 0 and 1, 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 4 and 5. Okay, all the way in between each of these whole numbers. Okay, so we count by halves by going across the ruler. So we have 0, and then this next one would be 1/2. 1, then it'd be 1 1/2, 2, 2 1/2, 3, 3 1/2, 4, 4 1/2, 5, 5 1/2, 6, 6 1/2, 7, 7 1/2, 8, 8 1/2, 9, 9 1/2, 10, 10 1/2, 11, 11 1/2. Okay. So if I wanted to draw a 2.5 line segment, then I would draw my line segment starting at the 0, and I would go out till I got to 2.5, so right about here. So this line would be 2.5 inches long. And we write it like this, 2.5 inches. All right, what if I want to draw a 5-inch line? So again, start at the 0 mark, and I'm going to go over 5 inches, which is right here. Okay, and we write that as 5 inches. Okay, all right, so what about 3.5 inches? So I take my line, start at 0, and go over 3 and then 1/2 inch. So this one would be 3.5 inches, and I would write that as 3.5 inches. Okay, so let's look at our rulers. So looking at my ruler, can you see the 1-inch mark? Yep, so the 1-inch mark is here next to the 1. It's the longer line. 2 inches is here. Okay, this one would be 5 inches, 6 inches, and it would keep going on. Okay, so on our ruler, the longest mark between each of these marks, between the 1 and the 2, for example, would be my 1/2 inch. So if you look, there's a long mark here in between the 1 and the 2. And this would be my 1.5 inch mark. Okay. Like this. I can write 1.5 like this. Or I can write it like 1.5 inches. This little mark here means inch. Okay. So if I wanted to draw a line that was 3 inches long, I'd start with my line at the 0 mark, which is this first line on the left-hand side. So I'd start my line there and go over until I got to 3 inches. Okay. If I wanted to do 2.5 inches, I'd go starting at 0, and I'd go to the 2, and then I'd go half more, which is this line here. So that'd be 2.5 inches. Okay. What about if I wanted 1.5 inches? Well, I'd start here and I'd go to 1, and then I'd go half more. So that'd be right here, just about 1.5. Okay. And what if I just wanted 1/2 inch? Well, then I'd start at 0 and I'd go to the 1/2 inch mark, which is right there. All right, so let's measure these line segments. So to measure the line segments, I take my ruler and I line it up with the end of the line. And then look to see how many whole numbers over it is. The line goes. So we have 1, 2, 3, and then it goes halfway between the 3 and a 4. So this would be 3.5 inches. And remember, I can also write that as 3.5 inches with the little mark. Okay, let's do the next one. So we take my ruler, line it up with the line. Okay, so we go over to 5 inches, and then it's half more. So this is going to be 5.5 inches. Okay. right, what about our next line? So we measure it, line it up, and this is 1.5 inches. So 1.5 inches. And my last line, if we look, is just 1/2 inch. Okay. And that's how we measure and draw lines to the nearest 1/2 inch. And that's it for this lesson. Good luck on your homework.